अमृतांशुद्भवो भानुः शशबिन्दुः सुरेश्वरः औषधं जगतः सेतुः सत्यधर्मपराक्रमः अमृतांशुद्भवो भानुः अमृतांशुद्भवो भानुः अमृतांशुद्भवो भानुः शशबिन्दुः सुरेश्वरः शशबिन्दुः सुरेश्वरः शशबिन्दुः सुरेश्वरः औषधं जगतः सेतुः औषधं जगतः सेतुः औषधं जगतः सेतुः सत्यधर्मपराक्रमः 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 अमृतांशुद्भवो भानुः शशबिन्दुः सुरेश्वरः औषधं जगतः सेतुः सत्यधर्मपराक्रमः. In this shloka number 31, we have 7 names from 283 to 289. The 283rd nama is Amritamshu Udbhavah. For the purpose of Pushparchana, we say Om Amritamshudbhavaya Namaha. The root Amritaha was seen in the shloka number 13 as a nama. The root Udbhavaha too comes as nama in shloka number 41 and 85. This nama consists of 3 words: Amritaha, Amshuhu and Udbhavaha. Amritaha means immortal or life-giving. Amshuhu is seen with 2 meanings. One, as part of or belonging to, and 2, vibhajane, as in distribution. Udbhavaha means one who is created from, one who is born out of. Shankaracharya gives his anubhavam as Mathyamane payonidhau amrutamshah chandrasya udbhavah yasmat saha amrutamshodbhavah. Refers to the creation of the moon during the churning of the ocean. Mathyamane payonidau refers to the churning of the Milky Ocean. As part of Amrit, moon was born, and therefore Bhagavan in the form of moon is called Amrutamshu Udbhavah. An alternate interpretation has been given by Sri Satyadevo Vasishtha. He uses the meaning Jalam for the word Amrita and the meaning distribute for Amshuhu using the word Vibhajane, which is distribution, and gives the interpretation that the name means by providing water as the essential means of life form, he nourishes the world. Hence he is called Amrutamshu Udbhavah. For meditation, the value we need to remind ourselves is that all creations are made of Amrit. It is being in the darkness of ignorance which makes us feel we are this body, that we are born and we die. It is the ignorance that I see myself as the body. I am born from the Amrit and this I never dies. Mrityu or death is only a transition and not my destination. The 284th nama is Bhanuhu. For the purpose of Pushparchana, we say Om Bhanave Namaha. Bhanu was seen as a nama earlier in the shloka number 14 with the nama Sarvavid Bhanuhu. We will also be seeing the nama Brihat Bhanuhu in shloka number 36. Shankaracharya gives his anubhavam as Bhatiti Bhanuhu. One who shines is Bhanu. To this he quotes from Kathopanishad, Tameva Bhantam Anubhati Sarvam. He is the light which glows on its own and brings the shine into all that is manifested. Alternately, Bhanu, which is often associated with sun, is identified as one who brings light to the world in the form of sun. Hence, he is called Bhanuhu. For meditation, the value to focus is that anything that shines is the reflection of God. We should develop the admiration and devotion to the shine and not the object. The object merely reflects the shine to give a presence. However, we should also be thankful to the object that reflects the shine and gives us the ability to realize the Bhanu. We should then expand on this concept to everyone we come across. It is their shine that makes them them, not the identity, as in not the body that they currently manifest in. The 285th Nama is Shashabinduhu. For the purpose of Pushparchana, we say Om Shashabindhave Namaha. As per dictionary, Shasha means hair, a rabbit. Bindu is point, drop, particle, and it is commonly used as bindi to something that we apply on the forehead. Basically, a name that is made of two words, rabbit and a beauty spot. Moon has the rabbit shape as its bindu, thus the name directly refers to the moon. Both the sun and the moon are the direct life givers for us in the earth. As Bhanu, the sun, and Shashabindhu, the moon, we see them as God. Another way to look at it is to look at Shasha as one who jumps and Bid as the root for Bindu. Bid means to split or break apart. So the way the Acharya interprets this is God disowns those who jumps their objectives and strays from the path of righteousness. So when we talk of objectives, we should always keep these two in mind. Kshetra Paripalana and Dharma Rakshana. When you stray away from it, the God will disown you, is the value this Acharya attributes on the name. Third way the name has been interpreted is to instead use Vindu, the innermost essence of something, a concentrated part that represents the whole. Shasha in this context is taken to mean moving around. Thus, it means one who controls all the movements, one who is the essence of the entire movement, which gives the planetary moment, rendering stability for the worlds. For the meditation purposes, we look at developing our ability to see both sun and moon as God. This is rather the beginning of being able to see everything and everyone as God. Given the direct reference or given the direct benefit that they provide, it is easy for us to look up to them as gods, as powers that are regulating the entire world. Realizing that everything is having such control that we are regulated by greater powers will help us to ground our ego, which thinks I am the one in control. The 286th Nama is Sureshwaraha. For the purpose of Pushparchana, we say Om Sureshwaraya Namaha. The root Sureshaha was seen as a Nama in Shloka number 10. Shankaracharya expresses his Anubhavam as Suranam, Devanam, Shobhanadatrunam cha Ishwaraha Sureshwaraha. One who is the Lord of gods, the demigods, Suras, and the Devas, and of those who are bestowers of auspiciousness. Shobhana Datrunam. Such a power is the Lord of all gods, the supreme power, who is called Sureshwara. The word Sura is composed of Su as in Shobhanam and Ra as in Danaha, one who bestows. So one who bestows the good things is Sureshwara. This includes everyone who gives charity as bestowers of auspiciousness. They are part of the divinity. There are two values that we focus in our meditation on this Nama. One, the act of giving or Dhanam. We must realize that I am not the giver of charity. Rather, it is the Lord who enables such charities to be given through me. I am merely an instrument that delivers. The second one is whatever I have received, that which I call mine, or that which I pride in, are actually charity given to me by the divine powers. And even such grant are enabled by the Supreme Lord. The 287th Nama is Aushadam. For the purpose of Pushparchana, we say Om Aushadaya Namaha. Aushadam is a common word in use even today. It means medicine. Shankaracharya expresses his anubhavam as samsara roga beshajatvat aushadam. Bheshaja means medicine, and the suffix tvat represents the nature of being so. And because Bhagavan is the ultimate medicine for the diseases, especially the disease that we all carry called samsara, he is called Aushadam. For meditation purposes though, we take a bigger value for the term Aushadam. We see everything that we consume as medicine. This includes the food we take, the water we drink, the air we breathe, the chantings that we do, the things that we see, etc. Each of the things we intake is a medicine when such intake contributes to my dharma called Kshetra Paripalana. But when the same is consumed for bhogam, as in pleasures, or when the consumption is in excess, it becomes a poison. In tradition though, we say everything that we consume consists of both medicine and poison. It is the devotion that separates the medicine from the poison and gives us the Amrit. The 288th Nama is Jagata Setuhu. For the purpose of Pushparchana, we say Om Jagata Setave Namaha. The term Setu refers to either a bridge or a dam. Thus, there are two interpretations for this Nama. One who creates the barriers in the world which helps with healthy segmentations. Two, one who acts as the bridge for crossing the ocean of samsara. Shankaracharya expresses his anubhavam combining the two and says Jagatam samuttarana hetutvat sambheda karanatvatva setuvat varna ashrama adhinam jagatah setuhu. Through the enablement of varnashrama dharma, which acts as the cause of both deliverance, samuttarana, and distinctions, sambheda, in the world. It acts as a bridge, setu, for the world, and hence he is called Jagata Setuhu. Whenever one hears of varnashrama dharma, one must keep in mind that the concept is based on guna adikyam, as in the prevalence of sattvam, rajas and tamas in the society, and the stages of life one is in. Varna is not based on birth. Shankaracharya quotes Brihadaranyaka Upanishad in support. The full mantra goes like this. Eshaha setuhu vidharana esham lokanam sambhedaya na asya karmana lipyate na hi saha papiyan bhavati yah enam brahmana saha veda. The mantra says, this is the bridge, Setu, the sustainer of the three worlds, ensuring their separation and preventing their intermingling. He, as in the Brahman, is not tainted by actions, which is karma, nor does he become sinful. Indeed, the one who knows him is not tainted by sin. This verse is part of the concluding section of Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, where the Upanishad emphasizes the nature of Brahman or Atman. An alternate Anubhavam is to see Bhagavan as the one who ties together all that exists in this world. This includes the function of holding together the different bones, nerves and muscles in the body, as well as the system of stars and planets. Jagat is derived from Gati, that which moves, and Setu, that which binds. He is the Setu in all bodies, and in addition holds all these bodies and other things that exist in this world together in a proper order. For being so, or for doing so, he is called Jagata Setuhu. There is another interpretation that we use for meditation. Just as a river is bound by its banks and keeps it in control, or the ocean which is bound by the land surrounding it and keeps the ocean under control, so also Bhagavan has kept the Jivatma under control by limiting the Jivan to the Indriya Sukham in the ocean of samsara. Here, the value that we bind ourselves to is the realization that Indriya Sukham, the pleasure that you receive through your sense organs and actions based organs, are always limited. The 289th Nama is Satya Dharma Parakramaha. For the purpose of Pushparchana, we say Om Satya Dharma Parakramaya Namaha. Shankaracharya expresses his Anubhavam as Satyaha Avitatha Dharmaha Jnanadayah Gunaha Parakramaha Cha Yasmin Saha Satya Dharma Parakramaha. Satya Avitaha refers to the truth that are absolute, unchanging and eternal, the Paramarthika Sat. One whose nature is truth, dharma, the righteousness, knowledge, Gyan, and other associated attributes such as wisdom, understanding, discernment, valor, etc. Another way of looking at it is setting the value Sat to existence. And some schools attribute the value that Dharma and Parakrama are essential elements for dharmic existence. And because of that, Bhagavan takes avatar to re-establish Dharma when Adharma starts to take over. Value to meditate is to commit yourselves to the value of Dharma and Parakrama and to never let them diminish in you.